Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for joining us today for our webinar with RealNex. With not just RealNex, we've got Jeff Finn and Matthew Smith from RealNex, and we're going to get a great view of what RealNex is all about. And they will tell us a little bit about some of the wonderful marketing techniques that you can employ and deploy with RealNex. So let's have a look at our agenda. First, we will introduce our two guests. Then they were going to give us a really much anticipated live website demo, including syndication, 3D virtual reality, video, deal rooms, and targeted email campaigns. And then we will open up the floor to you and share everybody's contact information. So let me start by telling you a little bit about Jeff Finn. Jeff's bio is very extensive, so I'm going to give you the short form version, but we'll put this on our website. Jeff is a founding partner of Pavonis Group, which is an investment management company, and he's the CEO of its affiliate RealNex, which is an integrated commercial real estate technology solutions company. He is also president and CEO of a private investment company, Renaissance Global Properties, and its affiliate GreenStake Capital. And like most of us on this call, Jeff has been a real estate broker. He was also president and CEO of NAI Global, the world's leading network of commercial real estate brokerage firms. And he spearheaded their branding, technology, and globalization strategies, which led to expansion into 55 different countries. So, Jeff, one of the I always love technology, real estate technology companies that were started by real estate brokers. Not only because I'm one, it's just that they're creating solutions for pain points they actually have endured, and so it all makes a lot of sense that way. And Matthew Smith, in addition to being a wonderful presence on social media, is vice president at RealNex, where he builds strong relationships with potential and existing customers and educates commercial real estate brokers on how to use their commercial real estate product suite in multiple ways to help them more effectively win business. So one of the things that you'll see today, I think, is how RealNex has taken many different pieces of the real estate tech stack and sort of put them into one cohesive package. So it makes more sense, to the different parts. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to you, Matt and Jeff. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Excellent. Well, thank you. We really appreciate this. And I think this was brought to the table most recently through a relationship that we forged with Quantum. So we really appreciate and are excited about that. RealNex has always had a property listing marketplace, as has Quantum, and what we've recently begun is a syndication process through RealNex, which we'll show you in a bit. But Quantum was our David was got a hand up first out of the gates to have it all built and ready and deployed. So we're now syndicating our RealNex listings to Quantum and a handful of other growing list of other websites to make it more efficient to deploy and market property listings. And I'm really excited about that and the efficiency that brings to the marketplace. As David mentioned, RealNex is a holistic suite of commercial real estate technology tools. At its foundation, it's a CRM, market-leading CRM that's a property-centric commercial real estate platform that is a great business development and project management, deal management platform, but it also feeds into the rest of the RealNex Navigator, which enables financial analysis, property packaging, proposals, flyers, brochures, and now 3D, VR, video, and marketing in the marketplace with email campaigns and private and secure deal rooms to run sales processes. So we've got this full stack of technology that we've deployed very efficiently from a time management standpoint and a cost standpoint. So we're really happy to have so many that are on the call as our clients, and others. We'd love to have you join us if you find what we're offering of interest. So Matt, why don't we dig in? Today we're going to focus on how you can build your database in the CRM, build your property inventory, and really we're talking about property marketing today. So we're going to focus on building your property inventory, developing profiles of prospects, but then taking your properties and showcasing them through a series of different creative marketing techniques that start with that syndication and grow from there. So we'll show you how you can very efficiently build a flyer, an offering memorandum, brochure, opinion of value, how you can take the information and build video and virtual reality, as well as then run campaigns to drive traffic and gain bids in a private and secure deal room. So Matt, why don't you take it from the top in the CRM and show how we get started.
Yeah, so I appreciate that, and David, I'm glad that we're on this call here today. We've been working for a while to get the syndication going, and it's always fun chatting on social media, and that's how David and I met. And I still have David's letter he wrote to me a couple years ago on my desk. That's how the relationships we form, we value here. So as Jess mentioned, RealNex is an integrated solution from the beginning of the deal to the end of the deal. This is our CRM component. This is where you can track, match buyers and sellers, tenants in space, and then use programs like the Market Edge Marketplace, and then the syndication channels like David and his company's on here. We're going to be talking about today, so you can get that information out, market it out, and generate more activity on each one of your deals. So a couple things: direct integration into an Office 365, importation through data, so you can bring in contacts, companies, properties, all through importing data from Excel. You can also integrate directly into an Office 365 account that can synchronize your contacts, companies, as well as your emails and your events. No BCC needed, all right inside the system. Once you have this information inside of here, then you can kind of start to go to town and go to work and start to be putting the information in there that allows you to build that client portfolio, whether it's tenant information, investor criteria, other agent information, or broker information. You'll be able to keep and store that information inside of our system. So when it's necessary, you can start matching your buyers and sellers and tenants in space. We also have a complete property repository that, again, you can be building from a manually data entry to a mobile data entry. When you're out in the field, to add information directly from your mobile device just by hitting add property, auto address. You can add the whole building stack in there, rent roll, and other information you want, including the pictures. Now, it's nice if you do have any of this building information and you're out in the field and you want to add some more pictures. These pictures then will turn into the marketing collateral that we're going to talk about a little bit more. Same thing for your spaces. If you have pictures on a space, that information will turn into your marketing collateral, so you can list that property for lease or for sale inside of our program. So we're going to be able to easily activate that and keep track of that process. Now with this, there's some pieces and portions. Jeff, where do you want to take it next? Do we want to take it into Market Edge? Do we want to go into Marketplace?
I might want to just show briefly, just you go into the contact profile, show how you set up the criteria for investors and set up the profile for tenants so that you can drive that matching component, and then we'll go into the creation of some of the collateral materials.
Yeah, so like Jeff mentioned, you have a couple ways to keep track of that information. One is you can have it on the contact card. You can customize that information. So this is the easiest thing and the most looked upon or looked away from thing, meaning that when you're on the phone with a client, it's nice to be able to update their information, like cold storage, multifamily. Maybe it's going to be net lease, single tenant, anchored. All this information we have populated here for you for different asset classes, whether it's hospitality, residential, multifamily, land, retail, industrial, and office. So you're not having to enter the information in yourself. So any of your investors tell you the criteria. Maybe it's going to be a maximum square foot, number of unit, number of doors, minimum maximum price, coverage, investor type, maximum minimum years, and so forth. You can color code them like I have here, or you can even customize your own by simply changing field definitions. You can subtract these fields. So if you want to see less or see more, you can easily manage those fields for yourself. Same thing on the tenant side, all available through our mobile app, whether it's an Android or it's going to be an Apple device. You can access your tenant criteria in here: lease expiry, square footage requirements, business types, founded sales, or any other information that's going to help you, like who is the client being represented by, what company, why, and so forth, all right inside that program. This is going to allow you to market to them better, faster, and easier. We added a new section here called Real Campaigns, and I don't want to steer you to that right away, but if you do have a new listing, new availability, it allows you to easily email them right through our program. So you can email all the all the tenant reps in the market and say, hey, look, I have a new availability on building 1, 2, 3. Or if you have a new property you're trying to dispose of, you can send it to all your investors and get that information out there easily and rapidly with inside our Real Campaigns program. Also, it's fully relational. So if your client owns more than one building, you can see it all under the relational portion here. If you do any corporate services and so forth, we do have the companies, the complete hierarchy to see a full portfolio right inside of there as well. So never fret. We have something for everybody there. We can see a complete portfolio here. That same information is going to be populated right inside of our solution. So we allow it for easy prospecting. We can filter out by city, state, zip code, cap rate, number of tenants, or any other information we want. We can put it into what I have as my game-changing mode. Some people love the list view. Some people love a map view. They like to visualize where the properties are. Maybe they're working a certain area, maybe a couple blocks. You can visualize that information. You could sort and search off of it. And then if you end up getting a possible pitch for a landlord assignment, or you get a possible valuation, we can easily manage that criteria right in here and then take it to the next step. We also have nice keyword searches. So if you're not sure what street it's on, or maybe you want to find a city, you can populate it right in here in keyword search grouping. And then we can segment all your asset classes: hotel, motel, land, office, industrial. And if there's an asset class you work in and we don't have, you can customize your own asset classes as well.
So Matt, you've built your database, or the full market inventory. You've got your prospects in the system to run campaigns towards. Now, if you've been smiling and dialing, you've got one of these properties. The owner says, "Yep, I'm interested. I want you to analyze it and give me a proposal." Take us there.
Yeah, so the next step for this is it's great. So again, remember the information you have in here that you populated from Excel, or you're on your own or in the field, all this information gets populated into our marketing center. So from here you have your spaces. So your complete rent roll is going to be moved over. If you're in multifamily, all your units get moved over. Any of the property details get moved over as well. And then you simply hit analyze. When you hit analyze, it's going to populate right into our financial analysis and marketing center. So you can do a couple things. And if anybody is on this call that's in Colorado or Wyoming, make sure you sign up for my Finance 101. You're going to get a CE credit as well. So it brings in the picture, brings in the general information. I did not have to re-enter any information. Also brings in the number of tenants for me. Any additional property details I have in here, like zoning, property description and location, can either be added or it comes in from the CRM program. Now from here, I can do a couple things. One is I can go right to presentation and create a nice little simple flyer. The second thing is I can come in here and I can populate the income. Well, wait, it's integrated, so I don't have to do that. This information gets populated directly from the CRM. I can add any escalations, reimbursements, or renewals, or miscellaneous income. Or I can go to quick income analysis and do a back of the napkin broker opinion and value within a matter of minutes. This information can also be imported from Excel if you want to go that route. Same thing with your expenses. They're all plug and play, so you can populate this information. And we're finding out people creating broker opinion and values in 10 to 15 minutes, sometimes more, sometimes less, depending on where they want to do it. But the idea is to be able to come in here and have a blank slate, be brought in from your CRM program. Within a couple clicks of a button, you can simply click broker opinion and value, open layout, have your own logo, your own colors, or custom branding in here. A nice cover sheet, which you didn't have to change or do anything for work-wise. This is automatically created for you. And then simply choose a cap rate range. From here, I can create my cap rate range between 4.5 and 6 cap. And now I have a conservative, average, and aggressive, so I can win that presentation.
So
But if
Matt,
you,
with that, I know you've got a lot more detail behind it, but that opinion of value would also have comps from the market. So if you had your comps in your CRM, that all comes through. You can make adjustments to the comps if it's superior or inferior, how that gets added in. And then you can also have your all the spreadsheets for the discounted cash flow to support the numbers. And then you write your narrative, and you've got a great package of here's the property, subject property and its description. Here's my financial analysis. Here's the comps, and then here is the number based on all of that work.
yeah, and you can drag and drop anything you want to the available pages. So if you want to show business mapping, so show where other competitors are or anything else. If you want to show hospitals for senior housing or stuff like that, or if you have something we don't have an availability to, you can simply hit attachment and you can upload your own PDF attachment. So maybe you have an Argus run or something else. This was an attachment that I simply uploaded in my program, and you can see it form fits right into there. So it's an easy way to add PDFs as well. And then you can actually save these layouts. These layouts are customizable and they're unlimited. These layouts we can save from a blank one to a BOV to a marketing package, loan sample, anything you need. And then RealNex gives you a bunch of these report pages and layouts for you.
What if you just need a one-page flyer? Now you won the listing and it's time to create a flyer and an offering memorandum.
Yeah, so you come over here and you can say RealNex layouts, and we can say lease flyer, brochure, sale flyer. Simply say open layout. It's going to open that layout for you. Again, the information's already populated for you, so you most likely won't have to add anything. If you need to, you can add your own text, add your own icons and logos on there, property description, location. It's all editable right on page. And if you're like me and you're not a good drawer, you can choose what you want, and it does fill in for you right on that same page.
So what if I wanted my colors and make this branded for my company?
Yeah, so not only are you going to have colors in here, so you can have colors, logos. We can do custom branding for you. And then we have an international setting. So we have a lot of clients that we work with that are in other countries, whether it's going to be New Zealand, Singapore, Mexico, Canada. So if you have someone that speaks French or Spanish or something like that, you can change to measurement square meters, depreciation. You can change to declining for other states, or I mean other countries. And you can even change the currency and language throughout the program also. So everybody is all speaking the same language. No pun intended there. You want to make sure everybody has
different cover page formats, just so it shows some different designs out of the box. I think we have what 30 or 40 different.
Yeah, it's a lot of them. So landscape, portrait, available spaces, they're all in here. So if you want to see landscape or portrait, and then again, you can customize things that are on here. So I've used the draw on page to add text. I want text over here. I want text over here. I can add this to kind of design my own. So it really allows me to have a lot of flexibility with inside of it. And then each one of these can be customized. So if you want one that's blue and then one that's green or one that matches, you can change every one of your cover pages on your own with the colors by going here and setting preferences. You can have preferences that are for all of them, but you can also have your preferences that are like this here. Now this, I want to change it, and now I have it going to be an orange. So I can actually change my cover sheet per property or price reduction or anything else that I want to do with that. Excellent. And then like Jeff mentioned, I can now save that layout, come over here, and I can say full offering memorandum for a commercial property, and it fills everything in for me, including the divider pages for like property details and comparables. We map out all your comparables for you. And then again, it's going to start putting in your charts, graphs, and everything. I didn't have to do any of this stuff. It did it all for me. And it pulls directly from the CRM. So, I mean, you kind of can't go wrong with that. You can also share it in multiple ways. So one way it was really neat to be able to share in Flipbook. So Flipbooks have been really popular because there's nothing to download, no viruses to worry about or anything else. And they're fully live. So, you know, if I went ahead and I sent this over to Joseph and I said, hey, Joseph, here's one of the publications I have for sale. Now we had some information change on that property. If I change that inside my RealNex system, it'll automatically change on everyone that has this link. This link is live. That means if I make a change on here, maybe I change the colors or change some of the information, this information will change directly in Joseph's link and everybody else's link. So this information is completely live, which is cool, because if you have a price reduction or something changed or you want to add some new pictures, you can do that right in here. You just go to ePublication, it will update the information live inside the program. Same with the PDF and some other places. Tie it into a private secure deal room. So this is a great way to generate leads from the basic security level all the way to maximum security level of who can access the information, due diligence information, and from lead generation to close of escrow. If you're doing any syndication and you want to raise capital, it's a great place to put all your investors in there. Confidentiality agreement electronically signed off, and it integrates fully into the CRM to pull up contact records. So again, I don't want to jump ahead of myself.
We'll come back to the deal room in a second. Let's maybe look at some 3D and video tools that we built in.
So some couple really neat things that have been in here. One is you can embed links into these. So we added a section in here. If you come over here to link, you can actually link to. So there's two things. One is going to be the videos, sorted vine videos. The second one is going to be, we're going to be able to tie in some VR 3D. Two of the products we had recently, I know industrial is a hot commodity, and then also this one here, which was great. I'm going to pull up this medical mixed use. So people think of virtual reality to use it to dispose of a property or to showcase a property, like, you know, like a Matterport program that's kind of like a 3D camera that's in there. I want you to kind of forget everything that you've learned about VR, and I want you to think about what is possible. So we've done a couple deals where we had a mixed use property, and it wasn't made for medical. Oh, let's hold on here. It wasn't made for medical. So they wanted to win this assignment, and they have a client that is looking for medical. So they took an existing building, and then we were able to take that existing building. We were able to virtualize it for medical, and then we can actually populate the tenant in there. So the tenant is able to walk around in there. They can move. It's not something that is directly mapped, meaning that you don't have to have it mapped in certain locations. You can have freeform, or you can have it mapped to kind of walk along a frame. But this was really neat because now you can see what it could be, what it was, all within the same side. So we're seeing big box use this from the old Kmart's. Now they're moved to Barnes and Nobles and a bunch of different third-party sections. Maybe you need to work on a budget for a tenant on a build-out. That'll help that as well. And then you can also see about the pre-pitches. Now, my internet is completely slow here. I need to have Jeff suit me up. But you can see it went from a normal mixed-use building now to medical. And then I'm actually going to have it walk you through this process here. You can put things on the TVs, like different commercials. We have this all built out for medical, exactly how the client would want it laid out. And now this building is easily able to be leased, or maybe the client is purchasing it. But if you have a certain building and you can't sell it or lease it, this is a great way to do it. We can demise the space up any which way the client wants. And you can even draw this on a napkin, send it to us, and we can give you an estimate what it would do. We're seeing this to not only fill the space or to dispose of the property, but we're also seeing it to win a pitch. So more and more brokerage teams to win a landlord assignment are coming with 3D VR. You have a single tenant building that has no clients in it, great. Let's visualize what it would look like if it had tenants in there, and let's build that.
A number of the situations we've come in recently, and I'm sure some of the audiences have had this experience where their buildings could be covered in graffiti or broken up and just not in great shape. And it's hard to sell it that way. It's hard for a lot of people to reimagine what it could be in its post-development state or redeveloped state. So you're able to then take, Matterport or pictures don't work when property doesn't look good. So you're able to now take that frame and those bones and turn it into something beautiful to showcase the ultimate state of what it's going to be when someone moves in or buys the property.
Yeah, like new landscaping. How much is new landscaping for a building? Maybe it's going to be $30,000 to do new landscaping. We could do new landscaping for way less, or give it a new paint, or like Jeff mentioned, tenant improvements. But think about it is not only about what it could be, but think about using this here now. This is again is another mixed use opportunity here. But think about it also for using this to win a pitch. This one here was used to win an industrial pitch. We can actually show the building. I think, Jeff, didn't you work on some other industrial buildings where they used it for approval process?
To respond to different RFPs, and so if so they had a park with a number of build to suits, so they're able to basically build the building for the person in a virtual way, brand it for them, show exactly what it would be, and instead of just sending a flyer brochure and some flat renderings, they're able to build this and really it's a much more engaging way to show and get buy-in, emotional buy-in from the client as they look at what they could be doing in this space.
And I'm not smart with computers, but if you hit Control P, you can actually take a snapshot anywhere you want in this, and it'll actually turn into marketing collateral. And these VR tours can not only be embedded right in here as a link, a hyperlink for you, but you can also take those screenshots and you can add those as well. So your marketing team will love them because they can take as many screenshots as they want. And the cost is very minimal. The cost is typically what it's going to cost you to have an architect render that anyways, but we're going to put it in 3D dynamic rendering that you're going to be able to immerse yourself with. So it's a great way to access that 3D in VR. If you have any projects, send it over to us. You know, we can virtualize
people are using this. People are using this for the approval process. Yes, for community engagement, so they can show what the impact to the area is going to be to get the project approved. They're using it for capital raising to fund the development, as well as to ultimately, whether it's pre-selling condos or pre-leasing space or selling a building. So a number of different great use cases for this. So Matt, there are some cases that video is going to be the best approach. And maybe if you could show the Boise.
If I can find, I don't know if I have Guy Levingson's around here or not, his video.
I yesterday, if you don't have, you should be able to.
Yeah, you know, I have it somewhere, but I think he went in my inbox and took it away because he didn't want to show it. I think he got a little nervous in there. But let's see here.
He made that video and leased the space the next week, so it worked out very well for him.
Yeah, I just want to find, you know, I had it here, and I can't find the video right now.
So maybe while you're looking for it, it's up on our YouTube channel too, if you want to track it there. But so what this does, it's called the video maker, the RealNex video maker, powered by Storyvine. What we've done is created a series of templates and a mobile app that enables you to use your iPhone or Android device to take a series of captures of property tours, or you can use it for a broker introduction or a follow-up communication. You can use it for a number of different things, but in this case, it's for a property listing where you're able to take a number of different scenes. The app then brings in your branding, puts music behind it, puts some text overlays, professionally packages it into one crisp production, and all prompted by the app of where you need to capture, where if you're talking to it, where you would be, and this gives a tour. There's a voiceover to it, which got to get the volume up a little bit. You can't hear it, but that's okay. So this is a guided tour by the client, and again, almost free to make. So it's
3,000 square foot, single story, concrete tilt office building located in West Boise on the Emerald Street office corridor.
Yeah, like Jeff mentioned, and it's easy to do. I've known Guy for a long time, and he's not most technologically advanced person. What's neat about it is it just literally tells you step by step what to do and what to say and how to say it. You know, you don't really need a script or anything. It allows anybody to create anything kind of on the fly, and it's phenomenal. And a lot of this program here can be unlimited, so you can create ones for different testimonials like we have in here. So broker profile here, short videos and testimonials. And don't worry about this price, because Jeff dug into his pocketbook and he got out his pencil and sharpened up that thing there. So if you're interested in video maker, email me for the Jeff Finn discount. I got you covered. I got you covered, guys and gals on this call here.
Yeah, we made a special program. So yeah, Matt, why don't we go back now into the marketplace and show how with the syndication works, how the property goes out into the public market. Then we can run an email campaign, drive people into a deal room, and close a sale.
Yeah, so there's a couple ways. One is you can publish this one right onto our marketplace, so listed marketplace. The other way is if you didn't create a flyer or marketing package, you can list or for sale or for lease in here. That's going to take you out to our marketplace. Marketplace, when you get into marketplace, you want to come up to this magical button up here. It says syndication. I've been waiting for this button for quite some time. Just come over here to hit syndication in here. You're just going to go ahead and say connect account next to QuantumListing. Put in your username and password. Well, if you don't have a username and password, there will be a link in here so you can connect it. So I think it showed in the pop-up earlier. I might have something that's blocking it, but they had a link in here where you can actually sign up through QuantumListing right here. We're doing it live. It allowed you to sign up right into QuantumListing. Put in your username and ID and password, hit connect. then it's syndicated. We have some other channels that are coming soon as well. So what happens is once you go ahead and tie that syndication together, then all your properties will start syndicating. So you don't need to set that for every single one of the properties. It'll allow it to syndicate right through that. You can also share it on social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, email it out to your clients. You can easily tie in that virtual deal room. So it's not anything hard. You simply just type in the name of the deal room you want, like 123 Anywhere, Matt's Place, Main Street, Balboa office. Click it. Now that deal room is going to be active and live. So if anybody accesses that link, which I'll show you here in a quick second, they'll be able to access that deal room. We can also display it on your website. So if you want it displayed on your website, we can show your listings on your website. They can access the VR right on the website as well as the deal room, demographics, and other information. So it's working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for you. So you don't have to do this when you're sleeping, working, playing, or having fun with the family. Again, this is an easy way to access that information. So deal room and 3D tour on that, you'll be able to see. With that, you're also going to be able to create an email marketing campaign to drive traffic through that, and that's kind of built into here, as well as it's also built right into the real campaigns with inside of RealNex CRM now. So you can send it to a private list, and you can create these email campaigns in about 3 to 4 seconds. We have basic templates that you can edit. You can use your own HTML5 or your own HTML. You can upload your own pictures and images in here, as well as a flyer if you have an image, and we can create custom templates for you if you want a custom template. You can send it to your own private list of contacts. You can sort and search any which way you want, like buyer requirements, all in the CRM. Put them into a group, and you can go ahead and email them out or email all the groups. You also have access to email our client list. So our client list, metro area, 49, state, 69, national campaign, 159. This will allow you to email our list. So you can tie a private secure war room in, create a nice little email campaign, send it to the whole nation of opt-in users for $159. It's a great way to do that. You can customize the email so they send from you or somebody else, reply to somebody else or you, and you can even schedule it for a future date. So if you want to send it out at 8 a.m. in the morning or something like that, you can do. So no need MailChimp campaign or constant contact. It's all built in here with your email campaigns. All your statistics are able to be drawn on, meaning that you can see the information and you can access it right inside the CRM program. So we can come over here and I can click on here that I want to see all my opens, clicks, and opt-outs. Then I can add a group back in the CRM system, and I can easily pull up who clicked it. I can see them on an interactive map. I can put them into my game-changing list view. I can call each one of the clients, invite them privately to a deal room. And if I want to access a deal room link or an additional video to everybody that opened the email, I can say Real Campaigns. I can then proceed, and then I can embed not only some pictures of the property, maybe I want to embed some video in there, and then I want to invite them directly to a link. So I can create a video. Hey, everyone, this is the property I got. It's pretty awesome. Go in there and look at it. Below, there's a link to click the deal room, and then you can have a deal room link right below it, and they'll be able to access that. Again, we're tracking all your opens, clicks, opt-outs, and so forth, and you can personalize each one. Dear Jeff, dear David, dear Curtis, or anybody else, and they can easily access those emails in their inbox. We track the campaigns, opens, clicks, and opt-outs, and again, they're getting personalized with the information that's inside of that. All the information can be easily tied up right inside our pipeline products area to start creating and generating those marketing activity reports. So as you're getting leads from QuantumListings and RealNex marketplace, other brokers in the market, your email and your deal room, you can track all your deals that are for sale, for lease, landlord to tenant rep, sort and search by different statuses or types, generate a commission or commission split report, generate a marketing activity report in a matter of a couple clicks, so the owner knows what you're doing to dispose of their property, lease their asset. Check your leads by status, leads by history, commission split report, and escalations. And then you're able to keep track of each one of these here. All your history and activities like sign calls, property tours, any leads, unlimited attachments for all your listing agreement, LOI, or other information. And then Jeff's favorite part, we have our timelines in here. This is a series of events that you can put into motion from day one for all the activities you need to do. So it keeps you on your toes of what you need to do. All the things you promised the owner you're going to do, you're going to follow through and do. So it's nice. It's a way that you can have an honest listing of everything that needs to be done. They can be assigned to multiple people on your team, or one person on your team. As they're completed, they're into a history, and that history turns into a marketing activity report. So it's easy to navigate through the program and to manage everything that you need to do. And there's no balls that are being dropped inside the RealNex program. And that kind of gives that whole overall. We
So
haven't
Matt,
touched base. Go ahead.
one thing was the deal rooms. Let's get into the, sort of that vault and how you can manage the bids and get deals done.
Yeah, and we haven't gone over some of the other amazing things like our lease analysis and the VR for tenant rep and everything. And we can touch base on that today. If not, we just did a webinar yesterday on it. So now if we want to go into our deal room, we can go into our deal room directly from the CRM. I can drag and drop any documents I want. So these were all drag and drop. They're all second level security in here. So if anybody wants to access the information, they can access it from a second level. That basically means they need to sign off on a CA and I need to approve them. We give you 10 gigabytes of file storage. You have plenty of file storage in there. You can create a whole hierarchy. So if you want to go ahead and create a new folder, you can create new folders, put a security level on a folder or a file. Participants in here, you can see who has accessed your deal room. You can also invite other people from your deal room directly from your CRM. So if you have everybody that clicked the email and you want to invite them directly instead of sending an email through Real Campaigns, you can do it through here. Select it, add invite. Each person gets a personal invitation to them, and you can select the security level that you're giving them access to. So for raising capital, due diligence process, lead generation, or anything else, the deal room's fantastic. And you have an easy to read dashboard with charts and graphs, and you can see who participated in the last 14 days in your deal room. We also give you a link. I recommend, and I'm assuming you can go ahead and you can add this to it. So if we say deal room link, you can take this deal room link with a CA, recommend putting that, go to QuantumListings, add it in QuantumListings, and they can access the deal room right through QuantumListings as well as RealNex Marketplace. It probably will get brought over in the API, but you know, just another precaution to add that inside that section there. And that's the way that you can manage your deal from A to Z and ABC and 1, 2, 3. We have the comparative lease analysis for tenant rep and landlord reps out there. We have an amazing tour book that you can manage all your tours and deals with. A new mobile app. If you want to try it, email me. I'll give you a free trial. We'll do a tour together. You can rate spaces, places, put in videos in this as well. So there's a lot of cool things that you can attach and do with inside of the program, not just for sales specifics. As we want to keep this for marketing purposes, you have the ability and the tools to market right throughout the system. Anywhere else we want to go in this, Jeff?
I think that's good for now, and maybe open up to some questions and any thoughts that the group has, and if depending on where they go, we'll show some other things.
So let me get the ball rolling with questions, and that is, so say I'm signing up today. I guess, is it modular, or does it all come together? Is the first question I had.
Yeah, so you can, well, there's a couple things. One is we have a freemium version of Marketplace. So if you're not using RealNex at all, now you go to realnex.com, you can sign up, create yourself your own broker profile. It's 100% free. You can list and search properties depending on the region where you're at and which country and so forth. But as a freemium version, it's going to give you limited ability to list property and search. There's going to be some other features you can simply upgrade to. With that, so you have a free subscription or a freemium subscription. You can also modularize it. So if you want just access to Marketplace or just CRM or just Transaction Manager and Tour Book or the Marketing Center with Lease Analysis and Deal Room, you can buy those separately. Or you can go ahead and purchase the whole Navigator. And the idea is to have one place, one price, one login with a substantial discount. I think I can show it on here on our website, but if you look at it and you bought everything in a modularized portion, David, it would cost you quite a bit of money, upwards of $1,000 a month. I've seen people for just 2 products, their Marketing Center, yeah, there we go, their Marketing Center and their CRM, they were paying about $800 a month per broker. With RealNex, you're looking at like, what is it, $149 a month, Jeff? I mean, that's
129. There is going to be a price increase, but right now the price is 120. If you bought individual modules,
if you buy it from Jeff, it's 129. If you buy it from me, it's 149. You hear that, Rick? Your buddy Jeff has your back. No, I'm just teasing. Like Jeff said, we're going to have a slight price increase here, but it's 129 right now. Take advantage of it. It will go up to 149 though in the future, but still at that 149, it's saving you a tremendous amount of money off those other platforms. I saved a client of about 4 brokers, almost $8,000 a year. 4 brokers, $8,000 a year. That's a huge amount of money.
And so once somebody does sign up, do you throw them in the water and say, now swim, or do you have a onboarding process?
Great. So one is we have an onboarding process. If you have data from another data provider, if you have marketing brochures and customization from another provider, or you just want to have stuff customized, we can customize it for you. We go around and we do a complete scope, and we'll give you a statement of work, everything expected and whatever the cost is. So there's no hidden agenda. We'll also onboard you. We'll give you orientation and navigation. And we added a thing called Guide Me. It's interactive. So one is we have training videos. 2, we give you nice little definitions for the analysis side. 3 is you're going to have an interactive library. So what is this navigation toolbar that Matt talks about? Well, it'll walk you through it. How do I add a contact? It'll walk you through it. Anybody on this call, I would be willing to bet you lunch. Okay, I don't have a lot of money, but I'll bet you lunch that anybody that knows how to use a mouse and a keyboard can come into RealNex and create a multifamily marketing package by following the Guide Me, and it's going to give you step-by-step instructions on what to do. It's that simple. So no, we don't throw you in there. And we also have private training that you can hire us to come out to your office, or we can do it through the web. And then we do sessions like this to make everybody more profitable and save more time.
That's great. Well, I know Julia put something in the chat saying if anybody wanted to unmute themselves and ask a question, please do that. Otherwise, you can write your question in the chat as well. And yeah, that was really great. I mean, in my brokerage business, I have a new listing, and I walked into the office the first time, and like, one room was painted like eggplant. The next room was avocado. The room after that was mustard. And I called up the landlord and said, you have to paint this place. Nobody ever could see past this. But with the virtual thing that you showed there, you could just presumably do it without actually having to paint it. Because
but you can actually we can set a palette up inside of the menu options, and you can touch the wall and change it. So you can begin to design space on your own. You can change furniture, layouts, and anything you want as a possibility, and then have it spec'd out and completed.
Yeah, so this was a single tenant Chase building that was vacant for over 3 years in Miami, Florida. It had graffiti on the outside of it, had broken windows, and obviously the landscaping didn't look this good. We're also able to add some other details that they wanted to highlight in order to sell this building, and this is what we were able to do. Now, if you saw the real building, you would see the drastic change. I need to get a before and after of what it looks like, but this is a great way to do tenant improvements, landscape, and repair all the windows without having the window budget.
That's great technology, really is. And in some ways, commercial real estate, as usual, is playing catch up a little bit with the residential industry, because I've seen virtual stagings of houses for years. So it's nice to see that we're making those same kind of strides now.
Yeah, and what you're not seeing though in either of the industries is you're not seeing something that's dynamic like this.
Yeah.
I've seen virtual tours, but it's your static image. It's not of what I want it to be or what would entice me. I probably would have paid more money for my house if my broker was able to portray what my wife's vision of our house would be. I probably would have paid a lot more. I don't tell them that, but you're not seeing that. So I just got to see the inside of my tour, which is great. But this is something that is coming. What is, hey, I'd love a pool in here or something like that. I still don't even see that in residential. So we're catching up. And then soon you're going to start seeing this into artificial intelligence, or I'm sorry, AR, right? No, not AI. I get the A's all mixed up. AR. So soon you're going to start seeing some of this stuff overlay into artificial augmented reality. That's what I meant there. Jeff's a tech guy. I'm not super techy. I know how to use a mouse and a keyboard, but yeah, augmented reality. So hopefully you'll be able to see that augmented reality portion come out soon.
And if somebody, watching wanted to create something like this, what's the process? Do you have to fly, Steven Spielberg out there to do this, or is this something they take a couple of pictures and send to you, or somewhere in between?
Yeah, you can send us a Google map of it. You can send us your site plan. You can send us a napkin drawing and just take pictures with your phone and send it to us.
Why don't you just stop the flow of this? Everyone's going to get dizzy, I think, watching it. Vertigo. But so one of the great things, David, about this is that it's fully deployable on the web. The technology has gotten to a point where it works on a mobile device. When we first started it, we had to carry around 100 pounds worth of gear to a convention center to show it. If you wanted to put it in your office, you needed to have a kiosk there. It was very expensive to deploy and to consume. Now, anyone can consume it anywhere. And to build models, they're as low as $1,500. So, just as you say, a rendering or a floor plan, a CAD file, if you have it, great. We take it from there. And depending on the size of the project, it's, it scales, but very cost effective, very efficient these days. And you get multiple use. It lasts for life. So it's like what we call, there's this concept of the digital twin. So you've got the real building, and now you've got a virtual component of it. So this is a marketing aspect, but you could also have the infrastructure of the building there. You could have, you can start to have people animated and see the workflow of people in the space. And there's all sorts of different uses that will evolve once you own the box. But to begin with, it's the main application we wanted to show today was the marketing aspect of it.
Matthew, is it true that you sold one of your animations as a non-fungible token for $75 million?
I wish.
Can't confirm or deny, David. It's interesting. One of our designers is trying to figure out what he can sell as an NFT these days. So it's too many people making too much money that way. But,
let's see. We have a question from the crowd here from Keith Otten. On Storyvine, can you add JPEG business maps or location maps, or just video shot from your phone?
So what you could do, anything that's in your photo roll,
yes,
you can upload into it. So if you can get that image into your photo library, you can embed it and add it.
Yeah, so Keith, I just took a picture of what I wanted. It looked great, looked fantastic in there, because I wanted the RealNex logo, like not just the logo, because you can put the logo on the thing, but I wanted another RealNex thing pretty big, and I took a picture of it and I put it in my photo library, and it looked great. And you can edit stuff in your photo library as well, using the markup. So it's pretty cool. Like if you want to draw on it or something like that, or add some other text, you can right through markup. So it's pretty cool to do it.
Thanks for the question, Keith. Any other people have questions? Well, I'm going to, do you have anything else you want to add, Jeff or Matt, before we give
it? Good to wrap. So thank you, David. Thanks, Julia, for hosting us here. We appreciate it. We, again, are thankful for the syndication partnership and look forward to working together and working with your clients to help them take advantage of some additional tools.
Hey, David, if someone wanted to sign up to your site, where would they go?
They would go to QuantumListing.com and click on the sign up button at the top. Wait, we got a typo in there. Hang on. Julia will put it in.
Google fixes everything for me, David.
Thank you, Google. There you go.
Yeah, so QuantumListing, okay, right in the upper right-hand corner, they can say join.
Yes, sir. And if somebody wanted to join RealNex today, where would they go?
RealNex.com. Again, it's a great one because you get to these websites and everything kind of changes. We're trying to do the same thing in the upper right-hand corner. Just go ahead and say create account. Create an account right there. So RealNex.com, QuantumListing, sign up. Love to help everybody out. And David, it's good to see you. Good to be on the call with you. And it's a long time coming. And everybody else, thanks for coming on. It's good to see people that have popped on the webcam. It's good to see you guys. And Keith, I'm disappointed I didn't get to see your mug today, buddy.
Yeah. And Jeff and Matt, I want to thank you both for this really excellent demo today, and I look forward to seeing you both again in person. Jeff, I'm sure it'll be
One of these days.
in New York, and Matt probably Las Vegas, and be nice to get back to actual in-person meetings, because
Absolutely.
these are it's so time efficient to do web meetings, but you need sort of the randomness. You don't get that randomness necessarily that you do when you meet somebody new, very serendipitously at a conference or a meeting. So I do look forward to that again.
We'll be back on the circuit as soon as it lights up. So
Yeah.
look for us.
Thanks everybody for coming on. We'll talk to you later. Have a great Wednesday. Enjoy yourself.
Okay, thank you very much.
Oh, I have a question before we sign off. How do we get in touch with you guys? How do we reach you, Matt? How do we reach you, Jeff?
jfinn@realnex.com, msmith@realnex.com. Matt, if you want to share your number.
Yeah, 858-458-1063. You're welcome to cold call me anytime you want.
Want to put that in the chat or something? Maybe type that in for people.
Yep.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to everybody soon.
All right, excellent. Thanks, guys.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.